Talking about marriage and parenting, sibling relationship and finances, mother, daughter, father, son, we cover it all. Talk about rejection and abandonment, substance abuse, even the sexual. You name it, we sharing it, cause it's unlimited. Dudley Unlimited, we're sharing it, it's unlimited. Talking all things family, it can get real hot, cause it's unlimited. Dudley Unlimited, we're sharing it, it's unlimited. Talking all things family, it can get real hot, cause it's unlimited.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Dudley Unlimited.
We are so excited to be sharing with you all today. Listen, with Dudley Unlimited, you're going to get the raw, uncut, transparent conversation with my family and I. So today, we are chatting it up with our oldest daughter, Amira, and we have our sister, Tenisha, here, who will be moderating. We're excited to have her here. So thank you for being here with us, sister.
Absolutely.
So here, let's just go ahead and jump in.
Let's do it.
Amira is, as we already know, our oldest child. She has been a part of our journey for her whole little almost 20 years of life. We became parents and husband and wife all within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So she's been a part of our evolution. Yeah. She has seen a lot. She has experienced a lot. She has grown with us. And so I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you, sister, so you can jump in with this conversation with us.
I'm so excited. Thank you all for allowing me to be a part. So I'm going to pass the first question to my first niece, my oldest niece. Alrighty, so walk us through, the viewers, walk us through what the dynamic is like in your household. Growing up as a little girl to now a college student, what has been the dynamic with both parents individually?
That's a good question.
So, hey y'all. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm just as nervous as I was. And we just started recording at 8 o'clock. And it's 9 o'clock. And anyways, y'all. So of course, the parent relationship, parent-daughter dynamic has been different. It's grown. It's evolved. It's all of that. So when I was a child, when I was a baby, I was a daddy's girl. I eat, sleep, and breathe. That's how that goes?
Yeah,
my dad, like, wherever he went, I went. If he was there, I was there, and that's just how that was, because period, that's my dad, and I'm with him young. So, as I, sorry, clapping, y'all. As I began to grow up, my relationship with my mom, me and her got like super duper close. Like, that's my girl. I know, I don't know what y'all generation call, but I know y'all don't like, it shouldn't be like a parent, kids, friends, but that's my best friend, that's my homegirl. So, as for me in my house, yeah, you'll catch that on your way home. So, like I said, I was a daddy's girl when I was younger, but as I began to grow up, there were certain things that I needed as a young lady, as, you know, growing up in such a crazy generation, that, I don't know if y'all know, but let me let y'all know real quick. My dad, he is the only child, only grandchild. He doesn't have cousins, siblings, nothing. So there were things that he did not witness happening in the house that he grew up in, or things that he did not receive in the household that he grew up in. So as a result, I wasn't able to receive the things that I needed to get from him, because he never experienced. How you gonna do something that you don't know? Yeah, that don't make sense, don't it? It doesn't. So, as I began to grow up, I kind of like noticed that there were some things that I felt like I was missing. There was like a void that was just there. I just felt, I didn't know what it was. I couldn't, pinpoint or name what it was. But now, experiencing life and, knowing what I know now,
Right.
I can say it's because it's some stuff that I didn't get when I was younger that I needed, that maybe, because, sometimes decisions is just decisions. Don't everything, I can't blame it on the devil or somebody else.
Right.
Sometimes you just do stuff because you want to. So stop doing stuff. But perhaps, maybe it could have been
Different.
different. It could have been different.
Yeah. Let me interject right here. That's so good. And what I love about this family, my sister, my brother, my nieces, nephew, what I love about this family as a whole is they really do live a life of transparency. So this is not just something that they're doing for the cameras. They live a life of that. So we're not discussing anything that have not been talked about already, which is so beautiful. So just provide one example of what do you feel like you lacked. Like what's something, just for the fathers that are out there watching and listening, what's something you do feel like you lacked? Again, they live a life of transparency, so you have full freedom.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be shocked.
Yeah.
Okay, so something that I lacked that I feel like every young lady needs is affirmation.
That's good.
As you're beginning to develop, as you're beginning to experience life outside of your,
the four
corners
of your
the four
home.
corners of your home is a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm encountering boys and all kinds of stuff that say all kinds of things, but when you haven't heard it before, it kind of be like, oh,
Yeah. So to clarify, you needed it specifically from your father. You needed a male affirmation. You wanted to hear that voice from your father.
Yeah, for sure.
You had it. You felt like you had it from your mom.
Yeah, I feel like I had it from my mom, but it's different.
Yeah, a male's
it's different because it's just like it do something different. It's like my mom could have told me I look pretty, and it didn't fill the void. It didn't fill the void how it would have filled it if my dad was like, "Oh my God." Not that he didn't, but like here and there, that you can't really like here and there when you growing up and you developing, and people is like, because wherever is your here, that's gonna be somebody else's there, and they gonna jump in where they gonna get in where they fit in.
Yeah.
They was.
That was good. That was good. She's so mature. I love that. Okay, so what age did you recognize? I'm sure your parents have a different, timeline of their own. What age did you recognize? There's a void there. What age was that? What grade level? Walk us through.
So, I used to be in a girl group, which consumed a lot of my time. So I was homeschooled. All of middle school? All of middle school. We moved to Georgia. I was 9 turning 10. I was in the 5th grade. 6th grade, I joined the group. So all of my middle school years, I was homeschooled. It wasn't no friend. My classmates was the people I was in the group with. It was just us 3 and my siblings. So when I got to high school, when I stopped being homeschooled and I got to high school, that's when I realized, that's when the enemy started enemying. When I got to high school. I realized the void. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to get back to y'all on that. But I know now that it was a void today. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't pinpoint when, you just recognized when it had took effect, because then you recognized the attention you were getting with that.
Because I'm bad. And I'm shaped like my mom, so why y'all wouldn't holler at me? You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was coming. I just ain't know what it was from. Well, I felt like how I felt like when they told me that I was cute.
Okay.
That was
That was good. Good job. Okay, we're gonna put that on ice. Let's go to my sister and brother. So you all obviously in the same household. Did you recognize, I want you both to answer if possible, did you recognize that there was a void present? Was it a delayed recognition where it's like, crap, it's too late now? Or did you recognize like, she's starting to entertain stuff she shouldn't, or she's starting to pay attention to stuff she shouldn't? Walk us through like what you were feeling as parents to your oldest daughter, first time doing this, first time having a teenager. Walk us through that.
Well, I'll jump in first. So I think that my wife always, even, because like Amira said, younger years, that was on lock.
Right.
Wherever I went, she was.
Right.
If I left the house to go get gas, she was coming with me.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then as she started to grow up and mature, and begin to really develop that relationship with her mom, I kind of felt like I was no longer needed. And so I started to fall back, because I'm like, okay, she's growing older. There's some things that I'm not even,
Right.
I don't even know.
Right.
So I'm gonna let her go to her mom when I could have been there to walk through it and just let my wife take the lead on certain things, but still be there. And then as she crossed over into like middle school, my wife would tell me, she was like, hey, you need to make sure that you're vocal. Hey, you need to make sure that you're affirming. Hey, you need to make sure that you're present, and these types of things. Although, and I heard her, I just never really knew how to do it.
Brother, you made a great point. You said that Shalina was the one who was like starting to nudge you, like, hey, be more vocal. So, sister, was it because you started noticing stuff, or you just knew as a woman that's what she needed? Or did you recognize certain behaviors that caused you to be like, hey, we need to do something?
So I knew as a woman what she needed. And I noticed that she needed it as well. I can remember, it was my husband being the only child and the only grandchild, and then him having 3 children, understanding that everybody needs, that one-on-one piece still wasn't always the easiest to kind of connect with him. So I remember one time Amira was like maybe 11 or 12.
Oh, I feel like I know what you're about to say.
I'm not, you may not. And she asked her dad to get her a candy bar from the store. And he was like, I'm not bringing home no candy bar, whatever. So I was there to hear that conversation, and I was like, if you don't get her a candy bar, somebody else will. So it's a candy bar. And it wasn't that it's just, we got 3 kids. But your baby girl is asking you for a candy bar. And it wasn't that it was just natural to be like, I ain't getting no candy bar. They're like, no. Somebody else gonna get her one. In fact, they're gonna make sure she have a lot of candy bars.
A lot of candy bars.
And candy give you cavities.
And cavities cause decay.
Right.
And so, but I would tell him and I would encourage him, and I think that it was just something that was a little difficult for him to connect with. Perhaps once he felt like I'm not really needed, that the connection didn't happen like it needed to happen. And so I had to spend a lot of time overcompensating affirmation and engagement and connection, just because, and I can't give my daughters or my son what their dad can give them, but I also made her aware, which is why she could say it, Daddy can't give you what he don't know to give you. So he doesn't know to give this to you. And I, shared some of my own personal experiences, just that as a woman and as a young girl. So I knew what was important for her to have. So
that's so good. So brother, let me swing it back into your court. When Shalina started saying, hey, be more vocal, step up in her life, or let her hear your voice more, what was going on through your head? Did you take that into practice, or was it still like, I think I am, but it's like, what was going on? Where was the disconnect?
Or was there a disconnect?
I think I tried in my own way.
Okay.
However, I think that because of my upbringing, we weren't, my family wasn't very affectionate. Thank you. That's the perfect word. You know, and of course with my mom raising a boy, I didn't get the affection or the nurture part.
Right.
She tried to be more like, you know, tough and hard because she wanted me to, you know, grow up to be a man.
Right.
And so, you know, we didn't hug a lot. We played, we slap box.
Yeah.
You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, like I spent a lot of time on the basketball court with my mom.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like I laid in my mom's lap or, you know, we didn't have that lovey-dovey, moment, but I knew that she loved me.
Right.
But we just expressed it so differently.
Love that.
And so, and so I didn't really know what that looked like.
Yeah.
You know, to show that to my daughter. So it made it difficult, and then it was a little disheartening to find out that what I was trying to do wasn't translating. And so it's like, you know, well, you just take it. And so I ended up further withdrawing, and then not knowing that my further withdrawal, because in my own mind I'm thinking that, well, at least if you're getting it from here, then you're getting it. Not realizing, no, try something else because she still needs it from you.
Yeah, wow. That's so good, so good, so good. And something you said that I just want to echo, representation matters. What a person sees in the home matters, parents. It matters. He didn't do it because he didn't see it. So what are you displaying in front of your children? You know? I love that. We have a lot to cover, so let's keep it moving. Okay, so you're in high school now. No? I'm in college. No, we're walking. We're journeying. We're taking them on a journey. Because this was this was middle school. Remember where you started realizing there's a boy, and where your mom started nudging your dad. This is middle school. So here we are now in college. We're maturing. We're growing up.
No, high school now.
I mean, in high school.
Yeah.
We're in high school. You starting to feel yourself. You know you cute. You getting attention. All of that. Okay. Is there any point that you can remember wanting to be close to your dad, or do you feel like now at this point there is a little bit of resentment, or like I don't want to deal with him, that's in your heart because of what you have not received at this point?
That's a really good question.
Okay. Oh, sorry. So
do you want to be, you're in high school now, is there still a longing to be close to your dad, or are you now kind of side-eyeing him because it's like, you ain't stepped up in a way that I needed you? Was there any resentment in your heart, or were you still like, I want to be a daddy's girl? What were you feeling?
So, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was mad at my dad because it was stuff that was going on, and I'm like, he don't even know. Cause he don't be like, he's here, but he's not really here. Mm-hmm. It's like you're present, but you're not, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was mad. Mm-hmm. I was a little bitter, like, time I showed it to you, because there was stuff going on in my life that I was like, you don't even know the half. And I know, like, people be like, oh, if you're not paying no bills, you don't got no car, you don't got no kids, you can't be stressed, you don't need to be stressed, what you doing? But it's like, now, I wasn't stressed, but like, I was, you were experiencing emotions that, I didn't really know how to process. Yeah. There we go. You so, that's moderator. So, it caused me to make a life-changing decision. Because it really is life-changing. Y'all, losing your virginity is life-changing. Yeah. It's life-changing. Yeah. It don't matter, I don't really like him like that. Oh, we just doing it, no strings attached, baby. It's strings attached, they're just clear. They're invisible. But you was on that string like a puppet, okay? Yeah. So, my motive behind losing my virginity when I lost it was I want to hurt my dad the way he hurt me.
Really? That's exactly what she told me. And that's what she told him.
Oh, I guess it is gonna be a surprise because I saw Auntie never
I know a lot of her business, but I didn't know that part. Like, whoa.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm about to hurt my dad the way he hurt me, which ultimately ended up hurting me more because I didn't even tell them till like 8 months, 9 months later.
Mm-hmm.
When the Holy Spirit, let me tell you, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. The Holy Spirit be telling my mom everything. He always be telling my business to her. And you already knew, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she already knew. But she was waiting on me to tell her. But I didn't tell them till like 8, 9 months later that this happened. So it ended up hurting me. I mean, you was probably hurt. You was hurt?
I was.
Yeah. So, but I was a little hurter because I had held on to it for so long. But I was like, yeah. Your feelings hurt, my feelings hurt. Twinsies, 4 lifers. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
So,
Girl, that is something. So that just goes to show that so many decisions that we make are not because we just want to be out there. Like, there's a root.
Yeah.
There is always a root. You know, like, and your root was anger towards your father. Anger, resentment, unforgiveness was the root to your decision. It's always beyond what you see. You know, if your child is acting out, it's rarely just because they want attention. It's always a root.
Yeah.
So I love that, you know, you pinpointed that it wasn't just, I wanted attention from boys. Like, no, there was a root, a traceable root, you know,
yeah, for
that
sure.
you were able to.
It caused resentment for me because I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you in the later part of elementary and middle school, and I tried to tell you what was needed. So that was a hard
pill to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're having to now, like, almost forgive 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you're hurt in a double way.
Yeah.
You're hurt from your child, but there's also a level of hurt now you're experiencing from your spouse because you feel like that would cause the child, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I love that. Okay. We're going somewhere. We're
Did you
unpacking.
answer that? Like, what, or no?
I think if I had to add anything, it definitely made me, now that I'm thinking about it, it made me resent the fact that I didn't have that type of.
Girl, put that box right down.
You know, she knew. She could tell by the way I breathed in. Yeah.
Oh no, y'all. I'm gonna go. I don't like no crying.
Go ahead.
It just it made me resent the fact that I didn't have that part. As much as I love my mom and as much as I love my grandparents, like I felt like I was ill-equipped still. They gave me the best that they could, but I still, there was a part of me that was missing that I couldn't give to my daughter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know,
So it's all like a circle because you resent him, and because of what you did, she resents him, but then he resents his parents.
Yeah.
You know, it's if we don't fix it, it's always like, you know, a root. Like, it's just like a never ending cycle of toxicity because we won't just kill it. You know. Wow. Okay. So you shared that information with them. You know, continue to mature. I'm sure that there were other mistakes made because you're a teenager, and you know, that's just a whole process. Now you open yourself up to something new. You know, so now you're fighting something new because you've opened yourself up to that. So I'm sure there are different things. Here we are, graduating high school. You make a decision to go to college. Yay, college is something positive. We're excited. We're excited. Maybe me and her mama in Target and Walmart every weekend buying new things for her dorm. I mean, her mama was prepared, honey,
6 months before she left.
6 months.
Go check the YouTube video about how to get your child prepared.
Prepare for college.
Yeah,
because
she had
it's going to save you a world.
more than enough. She had enough for a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah,
okay.
It was definitely giving like MTV.
Yeah, like she was well prepared. So we're all excited about this journey. There were a few colleges she was deciding between, and she made her decision to be at.
That's how you moderate.
To be at
Albany State University.
Albany State University. So we don't do anything by ourselves. It's a family affair always. We rent this big truck and we all get in a car and we take my niece, their daughter, down to Albany State together as a family. Of course, there were tears. There was a lot of prayer, because it's difficult, especially if you all have had to leave a child before. It's difficult to leave someone that you've raised, that you have spent every single day of your life with, to leave them in the hands of people you don't know. So it was an emotional experience, but our excitement trumped our sadness. Wouldn't you agree? We were so excited about this new journey ahead. I'm talking about we, like I'm a third parent. We felt like we had deposited enough in her where she, was gonna go and be successful and, kill the college game. So we were like, okay, you're good. This baby has been praying and interceding and exalting and, with a mic in her hand since she was little. So she already had a relationship with the Lord. She knew she was just well equipped. She was well equipped, so we thought.
Right.
So we thought. So we
Plot
dropped
twist.
So we
She
thought.
said plot twist.
So we thought. So we drop her off, and we drop you off in August, right?
Mm-hmm.
August of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. August of 2021. How did you feel being left for college? What was your mindset like? Be honest. Was it like, I'm about to be responsible. I am about to make my family proud. Like, I can do this. I'm gonna make the Lord proud. Or was there a sense of, I'm about to wall out. This is my first time having freedom. What was your mindset like August of 2021?
So August of 2021, when I went to school, I feel like my head was on straight.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
It was given very much 4.0. I'm maturity. I'm about to make my mama proud, my daddy proud, my siblings, because them right there, them two, don't play about them. I'm gonna make them proud.
Yeah.
All of that. That's how I went into school.
Yeah.
That was the mindset I went into school with. First week of school was freshman week. So they had like a whole bunch of different stuff planned out for us. Some was on campus orchestrated. Some was random. So, like my auntie said, I've been in church forever. I grew up in church. My grandparents are pastors. Y'all were pastors then. Y'all sure was. They was. My parents was pastors. My dad's mom was a pastor. So that's what I know.
Yeah.
I know church. I know a good shout. I love a good bump.
You know ministry. And did you have your own relationship with God?
Can I get there? Why are you trying to moderate? I'm just Tanisha is the moderator. She didn't ask me no question. Oh my God. Sorry about that, y'all.
I'm gonna slap her on this.
Sorry about that, y'all. So, like my auntie said, I grew up in church. My grandparents, my mom's parents are pastors. My mom was a pastor, and my parents are pastors. So, I know I love a good bump.
Yeah.
I know how to shout real good.
Yeah.
But the real test when you are outside of the ark of safety is how strong is your relationship with the Lord. Because growing up in church, baby, I had mad coattails to hang off of. I could have, any day I woke up and picked whose coattail I was going to hang off of. My grandparents, my parents, somebody coattail I was going to hang off of. But when I got to college, I really realized, oh my God, y'all, I don't know the Lord like I think I know him. Yeah. Like, you go through, you experience so much, like, I'm not even gonna say in the time I was in college, but that first week I realized, yikes. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta make something shake, or I don't know. So I realized that my personal relationship with God wasn't how it was exemplified because I grew up in it. So I knew how to turn it off and turn it on. Because, I mean, all I did was go to the church. I didn't really have no friends. You know, parents nowadays should be doing sleepovers and stuff. But that's the podcast for another time. And I'm not going to get in y'all business. But I didn't have sleepovers. It wasn't really no like, oh, can I go to so-and-so house?
Yeah.
So-and-so having a birthday party, my classmate. So when I got to college, and it was just like, it happened so fast. When you are by yourself, it just like, you don't know how the heck did this happen and how am I here? I don't even know. I can't tell you.
Okay, so I have a question. When you're in it, you're there, you like, oh, whoa, I didn't know all of this was out here. Like, I didn't know.
For sure.
You know.
Because I don't have to ask nobody. I don't have to. So it's like you're testing your limits, but it's like you never realize how far you be testing until you come out of something.
So that's my question. Okay, you say you never realize, or a lot of times you don't realize. Did you know you were in as deep as you were? Or did you feel like, I'm just having fun, I'm okay?
So it started off like, oh, I'm just having a little fun. Like, my mom, like, sorry, Sawanti, I can't call you Sawanti. Like Miss Tanisha said. Like Miss Tanisha has said, Miss Kylie. What'd you say?
I said, did you realize you were in as deep as you were in?
Our family is so transparent. So my mom shared. I probably about to know everything about my mom. She's so transparent. I know detail by detail, play by play, what happened in her life. So it's kind of like, at first, to kind of cope with the fact that I knew I was too far. So, oh, well, I know my mom went through this, so this is not like, she would understand. I know my mom, encountered this, so it's like, to kind of cope with not knowing how to feel, or feeling stuck, or feeling, just like a weight of, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I overcompensated with like, oh, my mom's been through this.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom shared this with me.
Yeah,
oh, I know. But no, my mom shared all of this because she wanted me to know this is real life. This is what happened to me. This is stuff that's going to happen. But she was trying to, correct me if I'm wrong, prevent certain situations, certain encounters, certain circumstances by sharing. This how I felt. It didn't feel good. I felt such and such after I felt I didn't like it. It was, and of course she wasn't telling me you're not gonna like it because I didn't like it, but it was like,
I was making you aware.
I'm making you, hey,
so you don't have to walk
it's
that
out
same
here.
walk.
But there we go. There it is, y'all. She wanted to moderate, but that was good. That was good. You can moderate with that part. She didn't want me to walk the same walk that she walked.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so you realize you're in deep. You're in deep. Were you sharing that with your mom, your auntie that's calling, people in your life that are older, that are examples? Were you sharing that, like, hey, I have an issue, or was this something you were trying to walk out, deal with by yourself?
It was a lot of things. So I was trying to walk it out by myself. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the pollen. I was trying to walk it out by myself. I felt like I can get it together, right? I can shake back. I didn't share anything with my mom because that's my girl. And she already told me about this. And I ain't finna disappoint her, because to disappoint her is gonna shatter my heart. So I'm gonna just either figure it out or fake the funk because I don't want to disappoint either of them.
Yeah.
And them siblings of mine,
Yeah.
baby, that would have shattered me. Y'all would have had to put me in a place with the grippy socks. Because, can I say that?
Wait, what did you say? Put you in the where?
Place with the grippy socks. So
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure it out. I was gonna figure it out. I didn't share with you, so auntie, because
You would like talk to me about small stuff, like, auntie, should I go to this or should I go to that? But I remember you saying one time, like, after, you came out, you was like, auntie, you used to call me sometimes, and
what I used to be.
I'll let you tell your old story.
No, I don't know. Whisper.
She just was not in a state to answer. She'd be like, auntie, you used to be calling me sometimes. I'd be like, why is she calling me wrong?
Oh
now?
yeah. Yes. So auntie would always call at like horrible times. I'm just like, baby, I don't even know who this is. 706 434. Who is this calling me? Then when I put my phone on airplane mode, because I don't know what's going on. You calling me? It's loud in here. I can't hardly see. I can't hardly think. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Let's jump to the parents. So she's in college. You all don't know by her sharing that she's dealing with all that she's dealing with. Do you have any idea in general, or were you just kind of like, when I talk to her, she seems good, I'm gonna trust God with her, or was there like an unsettling there? I want to hear from the both of you individually. She has not shared verbally, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm feeling like this, I'm whatever, I'm living my best life. She ain't shared any of it.
It wasn't really no best life, y'all. It wasn't no real joy, but
Yeah, best life in the streets, not best life, what were y'all thinking was going on down in Albany?
I'm the optimist.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm always gonna think the best.
Yeah.
Off the jump,
Yeah.
I'm always gonna think the
Yeah.
best. So when I would call or whatever the case might be, I'm looking to hear all of the good things.
Right.
And I think that's what Amira fed me, was all of the good things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was just, I'm like, you're good. Like, you need anything? You all right?
Yeah.
I'm not really asking like pressing questions or like I would say like because I said this since high school. I'm like what's his name? Who is, I will blow that whole school up with everybody in it.
Yeah.
That's my famous line.
Yeah.
She's like, Dad, it ain't nobody, like
Right.
and so I wouldn't ask I wouldn't get too deep. And so that was kind of how I looked at it. I just, I'm thinking the best.
Yeah, you are. That's his makeup. You're an optimist,
I'm
which
definitely
is a beautiful
the
thing.
optimist.
Yeah,
I'm definitely the optimist.
and she was sharing what she wanted you to know. So
Right.
it's not like
Right. It's like,
you
okay.
weren't believing what you were seeing. She really was presenting her best self.
Right.
So
And even like with different events, I'm more or less like safety. I'm like don't leave your car unlocked.
Right.
Like make sure you park underneath the lamp.
Right,
and,
right,
all of those dad things that
yeah.
that you think about, like don't ever go to the bathroom by yourself. Don't
Right.
leave places by yourself.
Right.
Make sure you're always with a crowd. Those
Right.
types of things.
Right.
So or I'm more of the Myra, you were supposed to call when you got home. Like, you can't not call.
right.
I don't care how late it is. Like,
Yeah.
let us know that you made it,
Right.
So that was the kind of,
I gotcha.
the farthest I would go
Okay.
with just,
Love it.
her first college experience.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I was so just the optimist. So, yeah.
Sister.
Yeah, so the same things that my husband heard, I would hear through those things.
Okay.
I hear you, but I also hear what you're not saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that it was something more going on.
you been through that the whole time I was there.
Well, yeah, I just was at peace with
Mhm.
whatever it was that you were doing.
She was.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
was at peace because I knew that we had given you everything that you needed, and so any decision that you made was going to be your decision, and I just was at peace with it. I covered you, I prayed for you, and I was at peace, but I knew it was more. So I did not feel how Daddy felt about the same things, but
you had the same response.
I had the same response.
But internally, you didn't feel the same way.
No, and I would tell him. I will also say, yeah, she's doing too much. She caught up in some stuff, you know. And he would say, well, no, I think that, you know, I'm like, okay. But I was able to roll over and go to sleep.
She was. I remember telling her I was very surprised at how she was handling this, because there would be like, Amira would say enough to let us know that like, oh, she's enjoying herself. So if we call, it wasn't a lot of this, but if we called, she would be like, I'm headed to a party, or you know, I'm going to like this little club. Like,
I never said the word club, y'all. I never said the word club.
But you went to the club.
I went to one.
Okay, so maybe they were all parties. I felt like
It was probably all parties. I probably never used the word club because that give like, oh, you grown going to a club.
she would say enough. Like she would say enough to let us know like, okay, she's out here like living. We'll call. She'd be like, yeah, I'm getting dressed to go to this party tonight, and it would be like 10 o'clock. Like, you not there already? You about to leave to go? So I remember being so surprised that in those moments, all my sister would say is, be careful. And she would get off the phone and roll over and go to sleep. And I would be like, wow. Because I just have never experienced that from her. She's definitely like I'm gonna drill it in your head until you get it type of person, you know? So when she would just like let it go, it would just be like, did you just hear did you hear the same thing I just heard? And she would legit, so she's not kidding when she says she had peace. She knew what she knew, but she was just like, you're not about to stress me. And that was her mood the entire time of like, I gotta give you to God. Okay, sister, you were at peace the entire time. She was in college for a few months, you know. That was the longest 2 months ever. Wow, it was only 2?
Yes.
Jesus. Okay, she's in college for 2 months, y'all. But in those 2 months, you know, she wasn't telling us a lot, but she was telling us enough where we were like, oh, she really out here thinking she grown. You know, we knew she was like partying it up, getting home after midnight, all of that. My sister was at peace. So at what point, sister, did you say, nah, Lord, I've been at peace long enough. I need to step in and see what's really going on?
So it was in October, and we were headed to a service. I had went into Amira's room to put something in her room, and I saw like something kind of like hanging out from under the bed. So I was like, let me grab that, pick it up, and it was her Apple Watch. And at the time, I had just got an Apple Watch, so I didn't know how to use an Apple Watch. I didn't even know how to use the one I had. And so it didn't register to me like, you can put her Apple Watch on your charger and it'll charge the watch. Because it was probably there for a few weeks because you hadn't been home for a couple weeks at that point. So the Holy Spirit told me to put the watch on the charger. Okay. That connection happened. I put it on the charger. The watch was charging. On the way to the service, my husband was driving to the service. I, mind you, don't know how to use this watch. I just know how to count my steps at this point. Was able to look through her watch and see some stuff. And I saw a lot on the watch. I did not tell him on the way down to the service because I just didn't tell him. So I just sat there quietly and just looked at, you know, stuff and read things and saw video footage and all of that all on this watch.
Because mind you, an Apple Watch is connected directly
to her cell phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't even feel like what I would normally feel, like hot on the inside and nervous and whatever. I just was like, this is why I was unsettled. In fact, I was unsettled that entire week. Because I text messaged the family group text, and I said, do you remember what I said? My line, they're sitting in the camp and somewhere. And everybody, it's not me, it's sitting in the camp. And it doesn't necessarily mean, it just, for when I say that, it means something ain't right with somebody. All week I was feeling that, and then I seen this watch on a Thursday night. And so I looked at the stuff. We went into the service. Service was amazing. On the way back, we pulled into the house. That is when I told my husband. I said to him, I cannot have you react because it's going to do something to me. I'm getting ready to show you some stuff, but I can't have you react. I know that's probably hard to ask. And he reacted. He reacted. It was just a lot. And so,
Oh my God.
So we came in the house and we just made a decision to rent a truck and make a trip. And so that about 3 o'clock in the morning, we let our jobs know we had a family emergency. We cannot come to work, but the Holy Spirit said, go get her. Go get your child. And so that was that. So, and my sister came. The 3 of us went. We all took off work. Drove down to Albany the next day.
So yes, we taking y'all along on this journey. It was all of that. So we get in the car. Amira. Y'all, Princey is my nickname for my niece, Amira. You about to live your best life homecoming weekend, huh?
Yeah, y'all. This is my first homecoming weekend ever in college.
You have any clue? Not that we were coming down there. There's no way you would have known that. But did you have any clue that your parents knew, like, dang, I think they got an inkling of what I'm doing? Or did you feel like, I'm fooling them?
So at first, I was like, I knew I left my watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew I left my watch because I'm a college student. So I put on all my stuff in the morning and I ain't have no watch. I just had bangles, no watch. So I knew I left my watch, but in my head I was like, my dad is like tech savvy, but he don't really care about that kind of stuff. My mom, she don't know no technology, y'all. She be asking me like how to flip the camera and stuff on her phone, so like to take a selfie. So I knew, like, in my head, I was like, okay. So y'all know how, like, when you be sinning and then you be like, Lord, forgive me, I'll never do it again. Yeah, it was one of those moments. I was like, Lord, just don't let nobody see my watch, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna shake back. So it was homecoming weekend. So I don't know what. Well, my mom just said it was a Thursday when she found my watch. My siblings, my parents, and so Auntie was coming, and they was all coming down for homecoming weekend to celebrate my first homecoming weekend at my HBCU with me. They was all coming down, so excited. Oh, so excited, and
we were coming on Saturday.
Yeah, they was coming on Saturday because that's when all like the tailgate, the game, pep rally, all of that was happening on that Saturday. So they was coming out on Saturday. No, Mommy, y'all was coming for the weekend.
We were coming on Saturday. We initially were coming for the weekend.
Yeah, and then we did, because there were no hotels. We spent a lot of time trying to find hotels, and there were none.
There was none. So originally they was coming down for the weekend, but then my mom called and was like, hey, we're just gonna come down on Saturday, celebrate, and my dad had to minister somewhere, so we're just gonna all drive out Sunday. It was close proximity. So I was like, okay, well, at least y'all still coming. So Friday comes. The next day, y'all, Friday comes, because they found it on a Thursday, and the next day, Friday, came, and me and my best friend, one of my best friends, we was, we was going to the mall to go get, like, I don't know who had money. I don't know which one of the two of us had money, but we was going to the mall to go get something. And so I'm outside parked waiting for my best friend to come out, and my phone ring while I'm in the car. Like, I'm sitting there chilling, like, I got my leg up, on the wheel, waiting for my friend. And my mom called me, and I'm like, oh, hey, Mom. And she was like, hey, we're here. I was like, y'all are here on me? What you mean, like, because that's all she said was, hey, we're here. And I was like, y'all are on me? And I was like, oh, I thought y'all wasn't coming out till Saturday. Like, oh my God, I'm on my way.
She did not say it like that. Do you remember? We were like, it's the phones.
I didn't say it like that.
You had. It was like
I had fear in my voice.
No, you had attitude in your voice. Because we thought you were possibly under the influence. We were like, if she show up to the room, like,
sorry, y'all. That was funny.
Like,
Get off the phone.
It was like, we're here.
Y'all, it was the
We're
middle of the
here.
day.
You
What do
was
y'all
like-
think of me? It was the middle.
We didn't know because your response was so.
weekend too. Yeah.
It was like, oh.
We wasn't outside yet. It was only Friday.
Where are y'all?
That
And
night.
She was like,
All the
we're
days.
in your dorm. Oh, okay. And your mom was like, so get here. Like, come now because we're here waiting. We can't get inside. So get here now. And you were like, I'm on my way. Like,
I
it was
had an
giving
attitude,
that.
y'all.
And your
Oh
mom,
my
I
God.
remember got off the phone. She was like, if she walk up in here, because it was definitely giving like, oh, she irritated that we here. That's what it felt like to us because of how you sounded.
I think my attitude, though, y'all, more was like, because I was about to go do something, not because
Yeah,
I was
possibly.
there.
We didn't know what.
Yeah,
it
I
was,
probably
but
don't
we
know.
could just tell that you.
So I pull up to my dorm. I'm kind of like taken aback because I'm like, why y'all here? Like, I was expecting them, but I wasn't expecting them until Saturday.
Right.
And like, I got plans about to go to the mall, like, and stuff to do tonight.
Yeah.
Which I'm why I'm here. So at 10 o'clock. So I live all the way in the back on the first floor, so I had to walk. But I was kind of like speed walking because I'm like, they here. So I walk in a room, and they is posted up. Like, somebody got their foot on the wall with their legs crossed. My mom sitting down. So I'm like, oh, like, where's Sonny and Addie? Because all of y'all were supposed to come down. And I think you said
They're at school. She
Yeah.
did.
they're at school.
Really?
My mom didn't answer. I was like, where's Sonny and Addie? And it was like, the silence was loud.
Yeah, I probably did jump in and it was like
The silence. I was like, where's Sonny and
Sunny?
Addie? And it was like, crickets. And so Auntie was like, oh, they're at school. And my mom was like, open the door because I got to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, I already knew what was about to go down because, like I said, me and my mom. So why did you talk to me like that with that attitude? Like, you got that in your voice. So I was like, okay. So I unlocked my door. I opened the bathroom. Y'all, she started passing out white garbage bags to everybody in the room.
She did.
So I'm shocked. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I've got these
What's
bags.
happening?
These white trash bags. These white, the ones that go in your trash can, the white trash bag. Not the heavy
Black
duty black ones, the one with a little bit of class and decorum. No, she brought the white ones with the black strings.
I did.
That smell like game. So,
I grabbed what I grabbed.
and so everybody just started getting to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about wasting no time. Pictures down, pillows off the bed. She told me, get my shower head down. I'm like, oh my, like, what is going on? So I just bust down crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just bust down crying.
Before though, she passed you the phone so that you could see why we were here.
Cause I had with my not tech savvy South.
Y'all should make me an iMovie with all the stuff, message screenshots, video, audio, like.
So
If
she
y'all
was-
are hiring, I'm available.
She made like a video presentation and was like, watch this while we pack. So, and everything she found in the Apple
7
Watch,
minutes.
she consolidated all of that.
No.
It was 6.
It was only that long because you ain't trim. Like, the video's like a minute and a half long. Like, it was that long.
I didn't know how to trim.
She was well aware at that point. Crap.
Well,
my mom has seen.
Y'all, she not tech savvy, so she don't know how to make no thumbnail or nothing, like a picture that go over like what's about to play. So once she handed it to me, before I hit the play button, I knew what it was. I didn't want to watch it because I'm like, I know what this is.
You didn't want to watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
She was like, nope, watch it. She was like, can we just go? Like, she was like, I already know it.
Yeah, I was crying like a baby so bad. It was a lot of different emotions.
It was.
First of all, I was shocked because I'm like, I cannot believe y'all are here. And then I was disappointed because I'm like, y'all know, and that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Then I was sad because I'm like, y'all know, y'all here to get me, and I gotta leave.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so much going on.
It was a lot of emotion because, you know, aunties, I feel like, are like in the middle. Like, aunties is like, okay, we're not as strict as mom, but I'm still old enough where it's like, okay, do better, you know? So I remember being in the bathroom, like, wiping my face because I genuinely felt so bad for her. Like, I felt like crap. Like, if I could have warned her, I would have been like, bro, get yourself together. Like, but it's like,
that's the day I found out my soul auntie and my grandma was not on my side because
yeah, because I've always
they both was in cahoots.
Not cool.
They was in cahoots. They knew this was going on. I called my grandma. I'm like, because my grandma get me out of anything, y'all. Whatever it is, I call my grandma, and my grandma gonna fuss at my mom for fussing at me. Because why you fussing at her? They'll be fussing at her. And when I call my grandma, I'm like, Grandma, mommy up here. She's trying to get me from school. And grandma's like, I know, honey. I know.
And then your auntie right there.
So I'm really flipping out. Like, I'm falling back from attention because I'm like, what you mean? I know, honey.
You wailed. Like,
yeah.
The wail just messed me up. It messed you up too.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all like low key telling each other keep it together.
We were. It was like,
because we wanted to just change our mind
we
and
did.
be like, well, let's just take
and
her
you
phone.
did at one point. You were sorry, brother.
Oh no, it's fine. It was when she was wailing in the midst of it, and then she was like, how am I gonna learn how to handle myself? And I was like,
I remember that.
I remember that
down
too.
memory lane that much with all that noise.
You said that at one point we made our way back to like the common area of her dorm room, and you were like, she's right. Like, if we just take her back home, how is she gonna learn? Should we just leave her? Like, should we just leave her? Like, she's right. So she was having a moment where she was like at a crossroads, you know? Okay, so let's pause. This is such a good story. Like, so entertaining, but we want to be more than entertaining, right? We want to help people. We want to provide advice in areas that you all have or roads you've already journeyed. So you are a college student. You're struggling from August to October, just in your flesh and with decision makings and all of that, right? To the parents that are watching that have college students, looking back, what do you wish you could have or would have gotten from your parents from August to October?
I get it. Yeah.
You know, because there's parents that's like, I need help, and I want to make sure I'm being to my daughter or to my son what they need. So what do you wish you would have gotten?
But I feel like my answer is kind of still this. Okay, my answer is there's nothing more that my parents could have done for me during that time other than like they was already doing it. They was calling, they was checking on me. It was my pride and my fear of disappointment and failure that stopped me from saying something. That didn't have nothing to do with him. That had everything to do with my pride. So for the parents, I would just say keep reaching out, keep availing yourself.
There's anything like I could have done this more, or I wish I would have done this, or what, you know, do you feel like there's anything that you could do? What would you say to parents of college students? Like, okay, if you could learn from this from a parent seat, what would you?
Want to go first? Or I personally, there's nothing that I would have done differently. There's nothing that I would have done more or less of.
Okay.
I would encourage parents to be at peace with what they've given their children, the tools and the strategies that you've given them to equip them to go out into the world. Be at peace with that, because it's so much stress and almost tormenting trying to micromanage a situation that you can't micromanage. When my children were younger, or even when Amira was younger, I know what that feels like to be nauseous in my stomach because of whatever's taking place or what I feel. I know what it feels like to lose sleep, and I did not want to do that. So when you've equipped your children, you have to be at peace and be okay with making a decision that may not be the most popular decision, because we do feel like, well, they gotta learn. They're in school. I've been away in school, so I know what that feels like, and I do feel like they do have to learn. However, you have to know when it was too much too soon, and that's what we knew. We knew it was too much too soon, and so we were able to. It was a hard decision to make because we could have gone down there and just picked up her car and brought that back, but then you pick up the car. If she is puts herself in a situation that she can't get out of, you can't drive yourself out of it because now you don't have a car.
So
but,
both y'all go home.
Exactly. So, or you have your car to drive yourself to a situation that you may put yourself in. And it was just too much too soon. So I would encourage parents, make the decision that you need to make for your child, because at the end of the day, maybe they won't understand it then. Maybe it doesn't feel good at that point. But at the end of the day, we know that we made a decision that we believe saved Amira's life, and Amira believes it saved her life. Of course, she didn't feel that way at the time. So
I can't even say I didn't feel like that at the time, because like when all of that was taking place, like I just felt like y'all really like loved me. Like I felt like, oh my God, they came and got me. Like I really felt like y'all loved me. So like I didn't feel like it wasn't like they didn't come and like make a scene and you know, flap arms and lips down the hallway and I'm gonna get. They didn't do it. It wasn't embarrassing. It wasn't. Nobody even knew I left. People said something like, "Where you at? Where you at?" I'm home. Don't worry about it. I'm home. And actually, they wasn't texting me because my mom changed my number on the way back to home. So they wasn't texting me, but like once people noticed I was gone, like they was reaching out. But like it was just a smooth.
And then I would just add, you have to be okay with what the process looks like after, because when we brought Amira home, there was a sense of relief that happened, because it was like, okay, we saved her from something that she doesn't even know she was being saved from. But I saw her going through the stages of like shock to disappointment to condemnation. And when I saw condemnation, this is all within 24 hours. When I saw condemnation hit real heavy, which it was just like, I feel so bad. Oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I done? That is not what we came for. We didn't come to condemn you. We came because we love you, like you said. But you still went through that process. And at that point, I know the suggestions of the enemy can be very strong when you feel like I've let people down and I'm left with my own thoughts privately by myself. And so at that time, we knew we had to tag in help because we had done what we could do, but we have to now go back to work. And now we have this child who's at the house alone with her own thoughts of feeling like, I let my parents down. What have I done? Oh my goodness, you know? And so we tagged in help. We got our flight within 48 hours and sent her to my parents, her grandparents. And you went to counseling and you were with your grandparents, which was supposed to be 2 weeks.
And I went to Florida.
It was supposed to be 2 weeks, but then she ended up being with them for a little over 2 months. And it was a great experience for her, a healing process for so many reasons, and we were able to just breathe at that point.
I love that. Any addition, brother, to things parents from a parent seat or a dad seat?
I definitely think that you know, I echo what my wife said. Just, you know, make sure that you're present, make sure that you're there. And I think one of the biggest things was being okay with the fact that sometimes we don't have all of what it takes for our children to come through a particular process. And so it was no slight against myself or my wife that it was like, hey, we need to tag in some help right here.
Yeah.
You know, we can't say that it takes a village to raise a child or children and then not reach out to that village when it comes that moment.
Right.
And so, you know, but yeah, I think that just, you know, following your first mind, when you think to call. Because I think a lot of times, especially when your child is in college,
Right.
you refrain from calling because you don't want to seem like you're pestering them or you know, like you're being overbearing or anything of that
that was a thing too, because me and my mom, even when I'm in the house, at the house, we talk every day. Like, me and my mom talk multiple times throughout the day. I call my mom to, like, now, and she be at work and she would be whispering, like, my kids is taking a test. I'm like, what you doing? They can't hear me. What you doing? Like, we talk all the time. So trying to balance, like, the life that I was living and still trying to, like, stay in contact, because if I would have pulled back from contact, that really would have been a telltale sign. Like, okay, girl.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw that in there, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's conclude with just advice in general. Let me ask this one last question. Do you feel, because we hear all the time, like, you know, what doesn't kill us make us stronger? Do you feel like this experience really did better you in a way, make you stronger? Or if you had the opportunity, the choice to completely erase what has taken place, what has happened, would you do that? Like, are you grateful for what happened, or do you feel like that was unnecessary? I shouldn't have, it was just an unnecessary trial. Like, how do you feel looking back at one of the most trying times of your life?
I'm grateful that I was pulled out of what I was in. Do I feel like it was an unnecessary trial?
Like, do you, if you could, like, you know how there are some things it's like, I'm glad I went through that because that made me a better person, but then there are some things it's like, that was so unnecessary. I didn't even have to go through that, like, because that was or do you feel like, no, I needed that experience to be who I am right now? And it's, yeah, if you don't know, time will probably reveal that. As you grow and mature, you'll be able to probably better understand or answer that question.
Yeah, because I know, like, some choices, some stuff you put yourself in, and sometimes it really do be like generational curses and bloodline stuff. So I don't know. I'm still a babe at Christ, so I don't really know.
At Christ.
Yeah,
babe at Christ.
So I don't really know how to answer that right now, y'all. But when I start preaching, I'm gonna get back to y'all.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Well, any last words to the parent? Let's talk to the kids too. I think you've talked to the parents, the college students. What advice would you give the college students that are listening to Miss Shalina and Mr. Lewis right now? What advice would you give?
I would say, especially from walking this journey out with our daughter, the part that we did not say was, once she went through her process of healing and restoration, she was positioned to go back to school. Mm-hmm. And when she went back to school and back on campus, and she went back to the same location, she was in a better state of mind. She was more prepared.
Healthy.
It was a healthy version of her. She had walked through some processes, and she came out with flying colors. And so I would just say to that college student and to that parent as well, it's still not too late. It doesn't matter what decisions you made. It doesn't matter how, what your path looked like. It doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter who saw, who knows, any of that. It's still not too late to go and accomplish what you set out to accomplish. It's just about making up in your mind that you want something different, identifying the areas that you struggled in, recognizing those areas because you're not aware of it, being healed from those things, and go get what you went out and set out to get.
I love that. Love that.
That's good.
Yeah.
You want to just echo me?
And I want to say, everybody should go to counseling. Everybody. I don't care. Everybody. go to counseling because y'all just love counseling so much. And I had ghosted my counselor, but go to counseling
I
because
don't know what that means. I ghosted my counselor. That means she stopped going.
But when you did go, you feel like you learned things about yourself that you didn't.
Yeah, because they don't know you.
Right.
So they just ask the questions.
Right.
It's not, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, she gonna judge me. Girl, it was virtual.
Yeah.
She don't even saw me in real life. I always had like a different hair every time I saw her. She don't know me for real.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody should go to counseling. It's so healthy. It's so necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like
Freeing.
like stuff that I didn't even know
Yeah.
was like attached to other stuff, like stuff connecting dots.
Yeah. Okay.
So the advice that I would give to the college student is allow those who are in your life to provide the help and support that you need. It's not that they're trying to be overbearing or they're trying to be in your business or anything of that nature. We've walked this walk. We've experienced some things that you have yet to experience. And so allow our experience to cause you to benefit and not fall into some of the same traps and go through some of the same heartaches and headaches that we've gone through. So just receive that love that they're trying to give you, because that's really what it is.
Yeah, it don't matter what you did or nothing. Oh, my voice.
Go ahead, man.
I was echoing my dad, really, because it don't matter what you did, because they love you and they want to help you. They don't want. What hurts them more is to know that you didn't feel like you could talk to them. Because why would you do that? So just talk to them.
I love that. Any final words? Now you're in an amazing place, right?
So I am in a great place now. To God be the glory.
Okay.
So last school year, I took a summer job. At the end of the last school year, I took a summer job at New Faith Early Learning Center. I absolutely fell in love with my job and decided that I was going to stay home for this past school year, this current school year, and be a online student. So yes, I'm still in college, full-time, and a full-time educator, full-time student, A's and B's.
And you're in school for education.
And I'm in school for education, so I'm working in my field. I gotta ask somebody somewhere if I can give me a credit or two. I don't know. We gotta figure that out.
Yeah, you should.
But I absolutely love what I do. I love my job. I'm moving forward in ministry and stuff. So yeah, just in a great place.
So there's hope, right, to the person that messed up, to the student, the child
Yes,
that
there's
messed up.
hope. There's always a way out.
Yeah.
Always, promise. It's always a way out. Your mistakes don't define where you're headed, because that's already secure. You don't got to worry about that. You just worry about getting yourself up, shaking yourself off, dusting yourself off, and hey, it happened. Now use it to, help other people who may be in the same situation I'm in, or may have experienced the same thing that I experienced. I'm gonna let you know it's hope. We gonna hope it out. And we just gonna move forward. And I'm gonna see you at the top, and we gonna be at the top together.
Yeah.
So
Love that. Aw, love that. Wow, this has been so powerful. So many amazing nuggets, so much wisdom, so much transparency. So kudos to you all. And I'm privileged to have watched it all, and nothing that they said was fraudulent or, for the cameras. This was real life, and I'm just so glad that your story pivoted the way that it did, and I know that this episode provides just so much hope for those that are watching. It has been such a pleasure to moderate this conversation. You provided such insight even for me, and I've been around this whole time, and I'm like, wow, this is real life, and I'm so proud of how this story unfolded. Any last words?
Well, thanks for sharing your time with us. It has been an absolute pleasure being with you all. We can't wait to see you on the next edition of Dudley Unlimited.
Dudley Unlimited. We're sharing it. It's unlimited. Talking all things family. It can get real hot, 'cause it's unlimited. We're sharing it, it's unlimited.